and welcome. I'm Zunaira Saieed.
And I'm Lindsay.
And this is Money Today. Now, the ringgit's outlook continued to be bleak despite rising oil prices. To date, the currency has not strengthened, and it is unclear when the correlation between the oil prices and the ringgit will come back.
Aurika Capital CEO Danny Wong feels that there are other factors such as the domestic confidence issue and the Fed rate hike, which could be contributing to the weakness of the ringgit. Let's take a listen to what he's got to say.
Oil is actually one of the major contributing factors to the ringgit movement. The other thing is actually a US election result, and the other thing is one more thing is actually interest rate hike. Of course, the strong dollar supported by the Fed policies actually has somewhat created a situation where emerging market currencies all coming down, including Malaysia. But then on top of that, Malaysia have a very unique situation where we have some issue on the local side here. One of the things is actually our 1MDB concerns. The other thing is actually the high holdings of foreign investors into our MGS. Now it's about 48%. So these other factors actually attribute to the weakness of the ringgit more than other currencies. When other factors actually outweigh this oil, even though oil actually recover, but the rest of the factors actually play more important role, then you can see a divergence of the oil and ringgit movement.
Certainly, we do see the divergence between the ringgit and the oil prices, but the real question is, how long will this divergence actually last? Now, Lindsay, if we were to look at the chart between the ringgit and the oil prices, we'll see that in the fourth quarter of 2014, oil prices that were at $100 a barrel fell below $30 a barrel in 2015. And that's where when we saw the ringgit actually weakening, which actually reflected a strong link between the ringgit and the crude oil prices.
Right.
But then in August, things started to change last year.
Yes.
Now, we actually saw that there were other factors such as domestic issues within the country, as well as US presidential election, where we actually saw Trump and Hillary Clinton were at virtual tie in the national polls, and that's where we actually saw the divergence of the ringgit and the oil prices. Now, coming back to how long it's going to take, now Danny Wong says that we got to have a wait and see approach for the next 6 months to actually see how Trump policies and the ringgit will actually play out.
That's right. So Trump's going to take office January 20th. Now, I know everyone says that he's very pro-US. He wants to bring manufacturing back to the US. He wants to make US great again. But I feel that the realities of becoming president will happen in the next few months, and he will not be able to do all those things which he said. But having said that, yes, you're right. The ringgit has actually weakened about 42.8% from 2014 until now. That has been reflected in our MGS, which has dropped from the 52% level to about 48% now. However, you see, our ringgit market, like the stock market, is prone to excesses. It's not like our government is doing nothing. They've been very proactive. So I think it's a matter of time before our ringgit strengthens again, actually.
Right, and Danny Wong actually says that, as long as there's some form of predictability on what is going to happen next, you can actually see the ringgit actually bouncing back to near 4 ringgit a dollar.
Yes, and Bank Negara is doing something about it. Remember that measure where you have to put 75% of your proceeds into the local currency? I think that will take a while. And OPEC has also cut production. They started January 1st. Will take about 6 months to see that. So maybe when there's some balance of supply and demand, things will get better. Yes.
Now, of course, Bank Negara, I'm not sure whether they're actually going to reduce the overnight policy rate this year because of the volatility of the ringgit. And if they do, it'll be just 25 basis points.
I know. But if they do that, I guess the ringgit will weaken even further. But maybe they want to do that to stimulate the economy. So let's see how the ringgit does, but I think it's really not that bad moving forward.
But the businessmen are the ones, Lindsay, that are actually taking the heat because they can't seem to plan ahead. They don't know whether they should invest now or should they invest later.
Yes.
Should they buy their materials now? Should they not buy their materials later? Because of the volatility of the ringgit and because there's so much uncertainty.
Okay. Recall that the oil prices were down for less than 24 months. Now, just 6 months ago, everybody thought oil prices would be at the $20 level, $30 level, but it bounded back anyway. So nothing bad lasts forever. I think it's a matter of time before the ringgit will rebound again. It's a matter of money flows.
Right, it's a matter of money flows, and
Yes.
Danny Wong says, but the negative perception of the country has actually caused the capital outflows and weakened the ringgit despite oil prices moving forward now. And that's a wrap for today. We'll see you in the next 2 weeks. I'm Zunaira Saieed.
And I'm Lindsay.
Take care, bye-bye.
Bye.